Good morning, everyone. I am in a parking lot on the side of the road right outside of Du Bois, Wyoming. That right there is the Wind River. It's really beautiful here. I'm shaking because I'm cold. I have no idea what temperature it is, but it's cold. And I've got my flip-flops on because I wasn't able to get my socks out of the car last night. This is a public access area, which is crazy because there's boulders here, and for this public access, quote unquote, you have to step over the boulder. And look at this. I'm sure you can't tell on camera, but that is very, very steep. And it does go down to the river. But my God, I'm not climbing up and down that thing. That's ridiculous. So public access is kind of a misnomer unless you're really adventurous. Got some great hiking boots on and are in great shape because that's really, really steep. And I won't be going down there. But it's very nice here, other than it's cold, but that's just because it's the middle of September. Sorry if the camera's shaking, because I am shaking. And it's very loud. I've got my wind muff on this time, but I'm sure you can probably still hear all this traffic. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning, mountain time. There's the rest of the river. It flows that way. Or maybe it flows the other way. I don't know. I can't tell which way it's flowing. I can't tell. But this is what I had to listen to all last night and all this morning. And in the middle of the night, there was trucks coming by and stuff. God, I can't stop shaking. I'm freezing. Sorry, excuse me. This is my little pop-up shower screen. And when I got here, the mosquitoes were really bad. They're not biting right now because, my God, it's just too cold. And I thought when I got here last night that it was too cold, but unbelievably it was not. They were still landing on me and trying to get into the car because I was warm, I'm sure. Here they come. Everybody's going to work. It's Thursday morning, so this is work traffic here. I'm right outside of Du Bois, and that's a sign. It's got the information on it. I pulled in here real quick. It was almost dark again. I was pushing my luck. I think I got 550 miles in last night. Oh my God, I can't stop shaking. I'm really sorry. I should put the camera down or something. But anyways, those screens that I showed you in the other video that are supposed to go over the door frame, they don't fit this vehicle. I would be surprised if they fit anything other than a little midget car. But of course I had to have my windows open for ventilation. I couldn't sit in there without the windows open, at least cracked. And so these are sarongs that my mom got me many years ago on her trip to the Florida Keys. My God, I am shaking so bad. But what I did was put them over the door so that I could put the windows down. I've got this window down and this window, And I don't like this car. This is like a 2019, and I could do without. I would never buy this fucking vehicle. Excuse my language, but I hate this thing. It's just too much of a pain in the butt. So I got one over here. But it's got that stupid start thing, and everything's all fancy and gadgety, and you can't just stick your key into the ignition and turn it on a little bit to roll up and down the windows. It's all this stupid start button, and all the lights come on and whatever. And then I was sitting there minding my own business, and the traffic from this way, these guys, their lights were shining right in my front window. And I had not gotten that, the windshields, the sun shield out for that. I don't think it'll fit this anyways, because this windshield's too small. So I had to improvise. That's my blanket. So on the inside, I just put it up there. I tucked it down in the thing, and then I took the visors and pushed it up. And that kept out the headlights from all this traffic, all this oncoming traffic. But, you know, true to nomadic form, I had to park so that if I needed an early or a quick exit, I could just start the car and leave. So it's not like I could have pointed the car that way. Oh my god, I need a gimbal or something. Damn, it must be like 45 degrees. It's too cold for this girl. And that's my shower tent. I had to throw it out this morning real quick because I had to go to the bathroom, and there is nowhere to go around here. And thank God I had this thing. There's my little porta potty. And this is kitty litter. It's like the wood chip shavings. And I got my trash can and my toilet paper. And I couldn't stake it. There's tie downs in the corner, and I couldn't stake it, so I'm just thankful it didn't blow away or anything. So I brought a couple of heavy things in here, and there's only these little tiny tabs, but I just tried to set it on that as much as I can. But I'm just grateful it's not windy right now, because this thing would have flown away. So I hopped in here this morning. Thankfully, it's really easy to pop up. It's one of those things that fold in onto itself. I don't know how easy it's going to be to take down and fold back up, but I needed it to be fast going up because I really had to go to the bathroom. So yeah, I took these sarongs. I would have rolled the windows up, but I couldn't without turning on the car and everything. So I just left them down all night. But what I did, because the mosquitoes were so fierce, was I took this bug spray and I was spraying. I sprayed the sarongs so that they wouldn't even be tempted to try to come in past them or through them. So I slept over here in the driver's seat again. There was all my pillows and everything I had piled up with me. That's my heating pad. I brought my heating pad from home because I'm used to sleeping with my heating pad because of my back. And so I brought it with me. And last night was the first night that I used it. And I had it plugged into my Apex, which is down there. My Apex is probably almost drained. I watched an hour-long video last night before I went to sleep, and then the heating pad's been plugged in all night, so it's probably almost drained. I'm gonna have to charge it while I'm driving, which needs to be soon. I gotta start this car. But again, I had to put the paper towel roll up here because that stupid light keeps flashing, because the key is in proximity to it and it's saying, hey, you can start me anytime. But yeah, I just put the blanket up there and put the visors up, and that helped. That made it so that it was bearable. So all that oncoming traffic, all their headlights, it wasn't blinding me and keeping me awake and everything. I didn't cover the other window. Well, I only have 3 sarongs, but I only needed them. I only needed 3 of them. But of course, when it got colder, I wanted to close them, but that would have necessitated me coming in here and starting this thing and everything, or just doing like a half start, which is really weird. I don't like this new car. Just give me an old car. I can't wait to get to my Suburban. It's just got a key, it's got regular cruise control. This does not even have cruise control. It's got some weird thing. This might be like one of those smart cruise controls, but I was not able to figure it out in the short time that I had, because there's the set and resume and everything, but right here is supposed to be another button. According to the manual, there should be another button to turn the cruise on, and there's not. So I've been driving this whole time without cruise. I don't need Bluetooth and all this crap. I don't need all this. It's just too fancy, too modern. I don't need it. Just give me a regular car. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I do appreciate that it's got like the USB. I charged my phone on it. I mean, it's nice enough and everything, but sometimes simple is better, in my opinion. So I don't know if I'm going to be making coffee here or not. I really don't feel like dragging everything out. I do need to get into my clothes box and get some socks or something, or at least start this car and start the heat. I don't know what I'm going to do about my coffee, because there's no picnic area around here or anything. This is literally just a public access area. I'm gonna come over here and show you the sign in case you're in Du Bois, Wyoming, and want to visit. Oh my god, it's cold. I hate being cold. So we're at the Wind River public access area. River-Dunoir? I don't know, but that's not the name of the town. So I don't know. We're in Du Bois, which is right there, 7 miles back. I was getting desperate. It was getting really late. I tried to push it again as far as I could, because I wanted to get as far to Idaho as I could, because I have to have this rental back this afternoon. So 5-day camping limit. Pack it in, pack it out. Oh my god. But yeah, it's really loud, very loud. It's right off the road. Right off the road. You're getting no quiet time here. Even in the middle of the night, they were coming by. And the worst part was that I couldn't roll up that window without starting the car and doing all that. I could not roll up that window. So every time something went by, like a semi, that's what's usually what was going by, it woke me up. So I slept horribly. Every single time something came by, it went whoosh. And I'm like, oh god. I mean, I did sleep, but it was very much off and on. And every time something came by, it woke me up. And of course, I was tossing and turning as usual, because this is a very uncomfortable place to sleep. Very uncomfortable. I don't like it. Oh my god. Okay. I gotta go now. Sorry for the shaking and the cussing and everything. Oh my god. Alright guys. Talk to you again later. Bye. Okay, so I did have enough charge on my Apex left. There was actually quite a bit more than I thought. Well, when I first turned it on, it was at like 67. This 1,000-watt burner draws it down quite a bit. So I've got my food bin out here. That was sitting on top of my clothing bin, and I had to get in there to get my socks so I could put some shoes on so my feet weren't freezing. That's why I was shivering so bad when I recorded the first time. I'm really sorry about that. My feet were freezing, and that made the rest of me freezing. I'm still cold, but not near as bad. And so I had this bin sitting on top of that one, and I always use this. This is a cutting board, a wood cutting board. I use this even at home when I'm using this burner, because this can get really hot. So it's my little ceramic Corningware. It's not ceramic, but it's Corningware. Hard to break. Yeah, that's done. It doesn't take very long. I've got my instant coffee and my sugar in there. Ooh. Yeah, that's really hot. It smells something. It's the burner. I think I got something on the burner. Yeah, I guess I don't need to put it on max, but for a couple minutes. So he's down to 42, 43. So I'm definitely going to have to charge it while I'm driving. I've got my thing here every time I drive. If I've used it, I've been plugging it in right there, and it charges rather quickly while I'm driving. And for right now, the Jackery is unplugged, because I unplug that at night as well. See, there's something about this Jackery with this refrigerator. If this isn't, it's like just barely in there. I can't push it in any further. And if you knock it at all, if it's at all loose, it screws up my refrigerator. But then it goes back to normal. So I'm not sure that I like this very much. It doesn't seem like the greatest match made in heaven or anything. But I've been making it work. So last night it drew it down again from 100 to 85 just to keep the refrigerator running all night. And this is my food dishes bin and everything. So this is my butane stove, but it's all the way in the back, and I do have propane and butane and everything, but then I'd have to grab that and set it up and grab the propane and hook that up, or the butane's obviously easier, but for me it's much easier to use my Apex with the with my hot plate. Gotta love the traffic. Oh my. This is a very busy road. Oh, by the way, this is 26, US 26. And that's west. That's where I'm going to be going. That's where I came from. The boys is 7 miles that way. Pretty steep gullies and valleys. It's really beautiful out here. I've never been out this way. Alright. I guess that's all I wanted to show you. Oh, I got pulled over again yesterday. In Nebraska again. Nebraska, they got nice cops, but boy, they don't tolerate speeding. I was in a little tiny town, just literally passing through, and it was right at noon, and I didn't realize that it was, I was going by a school and that the light was flashing. and I was going 30 and a 20 because the light was flashing, and so it was supposed to be 20. But thankfully this cop just gave me a warning. He didn't give me a ticket or anything. Thank goodness. He was nice, and he didn't try to search my car. He didn't ask me questions about my supplements or anything like that. He did ask about like where I was going and what I was doing and stuff, and so I told him I was going to buy a Suburban in Idaho, and he thought that was pretty cool and everything, and told him I was getting a divorce and that I was going to be living out of the Suburban, and he seemed very understanding, and he just wrote me a warning. No $75 ticket, thank goodness. So yeah, I got pulled over twice so far for speeding. That should be my lesson. You would think that I would have learned the first time, but honestly I was kind of spaced out when I was going through that town. I had to stop because I was having a foot cramp, so I was putting magnesium oil on my foot and on my leg, because this thing does not have any kind of functional standard cruise control, and so my foot was giving me a hard time, and my leg was too. So I was spraying the magnesium oil, and I had stopped at a little gas station, and after that I just took off and went right down the road, and before I could even get out of that little town, well, he saw me and he whipped around and pulled me over. So yeah, twice in one state. Don't go to Nebraska and think you're gonna speed. Alright guys, I'm gonna make my coffee and get this thing taken down, hopefully. I watched videos on how to do it the easy way and everything. It's way bigger than I am, but hopefully I can get it to cooperate. I gotta load the car back up. I don't normally eat right when I get up anyways, so I'm not gonna eat yet. I did have a couple crackers when I woke up because I didn't eat last night. It was so buggy here that literally all I could do was hop out, put those sarongs over the thing, spray it with bug spray, and that was it. It was like I didn't even want to open this and have it hanging open so that I could get to my refrigerator and cook or anything, because the mosquitoes would have went right in, because it was warmer in there than it was out here. So I did not eat last night. I should probably eat this morning, but I'm not hungry, so I'm just gonna have my coffee and get back on the road. Alright, talk to you later. Bye.